Hey, what's up, guys? You're now listening to Devo with Uncle Theo. Today is day 203, and we're covering Proverbs chapters 8 through 11. So we're picking back up with our dialogue of Solomon teaching us how to become more wise. And so let's gain some wisdom in chapters 8 through 11. Now, wisdom is back on the scene. This is actually Lady Wisdom, and she's doing her call. Listen to this, verse 1. Does not wisdom call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? At the highest point along the way, where the paths meet, she takes her stand. Beside the gate leading into the city, at the entrance she cries aloud. To you, O people, I call out. I raise my voice to all mankind. Listen to her audience. You who are simple, gain prudence. You who are foolish, set your hearts on it. Listen, for I have trustworthy things to say. I open my lips to speak what is right. My mouth speaks what is true, for my lips detest wickedness. All the words of my mouth are just, none of them is crooked or perverse. To the discerning, all of them are right. They are upright to those who have found knowledge. So look at wisdom. Remember, who's her audience? The simple. But she doesn't leave the foolish out. And I like this. It's almost like, look, foolish, you've committed, but I'm giving you a shot. You can call on me as well. It's not too late. But she knows that the foolish has made their commitment and they're only going to mock her. So her offer mainly extends toward the simple, those who are open to being converted, really not those who have made their decision. And we know, just like in life, some of the people we thought would never become wise or never become saved, and they've committed to foolishness and they've gone down that path. They make a turn for the better. They make a complete 180. And so it's not out of the realm of possibility that a foolish person can be converted, but I want you to know, for the sake of the Proverbs, who her main audience is. Look at what she says. She says, choose my instruction instead of silver, knowledge rather than choice gold, for wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. That's very important, that we should desire wisdom and understanding more than money. In fact, the reason you can get money is because you have wisdom and understanding. Now, wisdom starts to give a little of her benefits in her background. Listen to where she's been. She says, I, wisdom, dwell together with prudence. I possess knowledge and discretion. Counsel and sound judgment are mine. I have insight, I have power. So prudence, knowledge and discretion, counsel and sound judgment, insight and power, wisdom says all belong to her, either dwell with her or she possesses, meaning they belong to her. Listen where she's been. By me, kings reign and rulers issue decrees that are just. By me, princes govern and nobles all who rule on earth. I love those who love me. With me are riches and honor. Riches and honor are with her as well, enduring wealth and prosperity. My fruit is better than fine gold. What I yield surpasses choice silver. Pursue this lady. Look at all of these benefits that come with pursuing her. Now she tells you of her origin. And this is actually, if you didn't know, this is a very debated passage, because a lot of people believe that when they're trying to solve this puzzle, they say, oh, aha, I get it. Wisdom is Jesus Christ. And at the end, we're to pursue him. And that's true wisdom. And I disagree with that on the basis of this. And this is where other people disagree with that as well, because wisdom shows she has an origin and that she's created. So we can't take the position that this is Jesus Christ, because Jesus is not created. He is co-eternal with the Father and the Holy Spirit. It says in verse 22, the Lord brought me forth as the first of his works, before his deeds of old. I was formed long ages ago, at the very beginning, when the world came to be. When there was no watery depths, I was given birth. When there were no springs overflowing with water, before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills, I was given birth. So you see that she has an origin. So we really don't want to say that wisdom is Jesus Christ, but we do want to make that connection that wisdom does lead us to Jesus Christ. And if we truly become one with Lady Wisdom, she would shepherd us to Christ. She would shepherd us to the proper person. And so I think that's the better position to take. Disagree with me if you want, but I just really don't want to take a position similar to Jehovah's Witnesses saying that Jesus was a created being. And it just doesn't sit well with me. But listen to what she says she's been involved in. Verse 27, I was there when he set the heavens in place, when he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep, when he established the clouds above and fixed securely the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea its boundary so that waters would not overstep his command, and when he marked out the foundation of the earth, then I was constantly at his side. Wow, she was there when the Lord did all of this. That means she knows Yahweh and she knows him very well. What better way to get to Yahweh than to know one of his good old buddies, one of his friends? You starting to crack this puzzle now? I'm giving you some hints on how to solve this mystery, on how to solve these riddles. Wisdom is telling you, look, pursue me, love me more than money, more than silver, more than gold. I know Yahweh. I can actually show you where he is. I can lead you to him. I'm the lady that can take you to Yahweh. You get that? Man, if you get that, you're cracking the Proverbs. Lady Wisdom says she knows where God is. She's been with him since the beginning. Trust me, and I'll take care of you. She says, I love those who love me, and those who seek me will find me. That's interesting because God says the same thing. Maybe she's saying the same thing because she's been with them. You get my hint? She says, now then, my children, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not discard it. We move into chapter 9, and now Lady Folly is about to come on the scene, but Lady Wisdom is about to continue her invitation. Listen to her. Wisdom has built her house. She has set up 7 pillars. She has prepared her meat and mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her servants, and she calls at the highest point of the city. Remember, she's in the public. She's about that life because she has nothing to hide. And listen to who she's calling. Let all those who are simple come to my house, and those who have no sense, she says, come and eat my food and drink the wine I have mixed. Wisdom is saying, look, sit at my table. My table is the table that you want to be at, not Lady Folly's table. And she gives some more nuggets. She says, leave the simple ways and you will live. Walk in the way of insight. Whoever corrects a mocker invites insults. She's dropping dimes on you. She's dropping nuggets on you to show you, listen, come dwell with me. Let me show you. I have everything. I could tell you about insights. I could tell you about life. I could tell you what a mocker does when you respond to him the right way or when you respond to him the wrong way. I could tell you how hard work works. I could tell you how riches work. I could tell you how to get to Yahweh. I could tell you how to receive life and not destruction. I could tell you how to do marriage. I could tell you how to keep your body healthy. I know everything about this life. Pursue me. Follow me. And look at the nuggets she drops. She says, if you correct the mocker, you're just going to invite insults. Don't correct mockers. They're going to mock you. Don't rebuke a mocker or they will hate you. But if you rebuke the wise, they will love you. That's wisdom. She's showing you, hey, you want to know if somebody's wise or foolish or a mocker? You will know by your rebukes. See, if you call out a wise person, he will humbly receive it and want to correct his ways. But a mocker won't. She says, instruct the wise and they will be wiser still. Teach the righteous and they will add to their learning. And here it is again, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. How do you get to me? You have to fear Yahweh to get to me. You see this revolving door? And this is a puzzle. She's saying the fear of the Lord will get you to me and I will get you to the Lord. So it's no matter which door you come in, we will get to the right destination. Whether you start with the fear of the Lord or whether you start with me, I will lead you to the fear of the Lord. And so you got to get that puzzle as she's speaking about it. She says, through me, through wisdom, your days will be many and years will be added to your life. If you are wise, your wisdom will reward you. If you are a mocker, you will suffer alone. Now here's Lady Folly. She wants to make her pitch now. Let's hear her talk. Verse 13. Folly is an unruly woman. She is simple and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house, at the seat at the highest point of the city, calling out to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense. So look at Lady Folly. She calls out in secret and in the dark, and she's even as bold enough to come out into the public square to preach her message. So don't think Lady Folly is only dealing in the dark. If you let her, she'll be so bold to come out in the public in the daylight and make her pitch there as well. And you know who she is by her message. Look at what she's saying. Stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious, but little do they know that the dead are there, and her guests are deep in the realm of the dead. That's where she wants to lead you. She wants to lead you as sheep to the slaughter, and she wants to lead you down to her pit. So we see the two ladies here, one Lady Wisdom and one Lady Folly. This is very important. This is good for you to know. I don't even know if you've been reading the Proverbs like this, but I hope I've helped you in understanding how Solomon lays this puzzle and this riddle out so you can understand more and more about the Proverbs as we go. And so Lady Wisdom takes on many forms. Lady Wisdom teaches us about all her friends. She knows about all of her friends, who she possesses. Remember, Lady Wisdom knows prudence. She knows knowledge and discretion. She knows sound judgment and counsel. She has power. She holds wealth and prosperity in her hands. These are the friends and who Lady Wisdom has in her possession. Who's Lady Folly friends? Lady Folly takes on many forms. We see her as the sluggard. We see her as the adulterous woman. And let's look at a few more of these in chapters 10 and 11 as we close. I'll read a few and you tell me who they belong to. He appeals to his son again. A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish son brings grief to his mother. Ill-gotten treasures have no lasting value. Getting treasures deceitfully. Whose friend or whose form you think that is taking on? It's Lady Folly. But the righteous delivers from death. Who's the righteous a friend of? Lady Wisdom. Listen to verse 4. Lazy hands make for poverty. Who is that a form of? That's Lady Folly. But diligent hands bring wealth. That's Lady Wisdom. He who gathers crops in the summer is a prudent son. Lady Wisdom. But he who sleeps during harvest is a disgraceful son. Lady Folly. Blessings crown the head of the righteous. Lady Wisdom. But violence overwhelms the mouth of the wicked. Lady Folly. The name of the righteous is used in blessings, Lady Wisdom, but the name of the wicked will rot, Lady Folly. Whoever winks maliciously causes grief, Lady Folly, and a chattering fool comes to ruin, Lady Folly. See the difference there? At first you were hearing antithetical parallelism. Now you're hearing synthetical parallelism. It's talking about the same subject twice. Hatred stirs up conflict, Lady Folly, but love covers all wrong, Lady Wisdom. Wisdom is found on the lips of the discerning, Lady Wisdom, but a rod is for the back of one who has no sense. Lady Wisdom is teaching you that the administering of the rod is wise. That controlled pain, a non-abusive, loving pain, can deliver the simple from their sin. And so this should be used and administered well by someone with experience. Whoever conceals hatred with lying lips and spreads slander is a fool. That's the slanderer. You meet the slanderer. That's Lady Folly. Sin is not ended by multiplying words, Lady Folly, but the prudent hold their tongues. I love this verse. This verse smacks me in the face. You know what this verse says? If you talk a lot, you sin a lot. Man, let me make sure you heard that rightly. If you talk a lot, you most likely sin a lot. Sin is involved in a person who runs his mouth a lot. Wise people hold their tongues. They study out their answers and they wait before they respond. They're slow to speak, as James would put it. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, Lady Wisdom, but the heart of the wicked is little value, Lady Folly. The lips of the righteous nourish many, Lady Wisdom, but fools die for lack of sense. You see that antithetical parallelism? You're giving one after the other. I hope I'm not boring you, but I just really want you to get this. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth, Lady Wisdom, without painful toil for it. See, Lady Wisdom will get you wealth without having to be crooked, without having to be unrighteous, and without having to toil and lose sleep. You can take care of multiple things with Lady Wisdom. You can have a family, you can build wealth, you can be a good friend, you can be a good brother, a good sister. You can do all of these things in tandem because Lady Wisdom will show you how. But you can't do this as a wicked man. Lady Folly will tell you to go get it at all costs, even if you have to give up your integrity. Let me give you an example of what that looks like in chapter 11, verse 1. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him. So this is what Lady Folly will teach you. So back in the day, in order to know how much silver was, it was measured by its weight. And so you would put a stone on one, and they use these balance scales where you could put the weight on each side and know how much something weighed. So the stones would have a label on it, like 1 pound or 2 pounds. And so when you put your silver on that scale, you would know, okay, that's 1 pound of silver. This is how much this is worth. Well, what a deceptive person could do, they could put 1 pound on a 2 pound stone. And so you're putting all this silver on the scale to get it to 2 pounds, and they're telling you the label says 1 pound, so we'll pay you for a pound. But really, if they put the right stone on there, it will measure 2 pounds. So you just lost half your profit by dealing with someone deceptive. And that measures even into today. If you're trying to sell something on Marketplace or a house or a car or clothes or anything, look at the genuine value of it and value it appropriately. Don't mark stuff up past what it should be. If it's used, take a discount off of it. And if you want a deal, that's fine, but argue for the deal with truth. not with deception. Verse 2, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, Lady Folly. But with humility comes wisdom, Lady Wisdom. Humility leads us to God. Listen to me. Humility is your number one attribute that'll prime you to meet Lady Wisdom, who will prime you to meet Yahweh. I hope you've enjoyed us walking through this and you're seeing the Proverbs come to life to you. And I want more and more for you and anybody that you teach or disciple to know how important wisdom is. Wisdom is reality. See, we have so many people creating a false reality, and that's not wisdom. It's like a little kid in gravity, right? See, reality won't stop or suspend itself just because your argument is cute or just because the little kid is cute. If a little kid, as cute as he or she may be, jumps off of a building, there will be consequences. Wisdom is reality, and reality will not stop or suspend itself for anyone, no matter how cute you are. If you live counter to the word of God, you're living counter to reality. That's why there are consequences for sin. Of course there are. Sin and folly is living counter to reality, counter to the only way of the word of God. Jesus is the true fulfillment of wisdom, and Lady Wisdom will lead you to him. Because remember, these are proverbs for royal kings. This is royal court wisdom. And what other king that we would want to be led to than King Jesus himself, the Messiah? Let's roll the red carpet of wisdom out, and I promise you, she'll take care of us and shepherd us to the right person. Walk with me, guys. You guys take care and have a good day.
Yeah.